Hello and welcome to round number 3. We're playing against what I believe is a blue-black control deck with some very interesting cards. I don't think this hand is quite fast enough. We are on the draw, so we'd want at least a turn 1 elf to make this keepable. So I'm going to go to 6. This hand has a turn 1 elf. It's removal spells that we're probably not going to use in the early game. It is a land or two away from being keepable though. This one's very much on the fence, and I'm not sure if we should keep or not. Being on the draw makes it really hard to resolve stuff without a land. We do have 21 lands. We can draw over 2 draw steps. I think we're going to try and keep it here instead of going to 5. Then again, this is already a bit of a mulligan. So I guess I'll go to 5 here. Hopefully get something pretty nice. And this is going to be doable. Not going to mulligan to 4. Hopefully we can at least get an elf in our next draw step. It may be the case that this Putrid Leech resolves, but it's one of our softest threats against his deck, which I believe is going to be blue-black. So we're going to go ahead and lead on the forest. Maybe we should lead on the swamp there. Looks like we may actually be able to resolve the leech, but I don't know that we're going to be able to keep it alive. So we could play elves here, but I think the leech is just going to be a faster clock. So hopefully we can get something done with it. Next turn we can still play elves. And he's going to just remove it. Yeah. Okay. So it's good that that edict is gone now because our future creatures will be harder to kill. And he gets a second black. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure what he has that costs double black. He might be playing Chittering Rats. Fume Spitter. And looks like his deck is very much 1-for-1 removal as much as possible. He's getting even more black. So maybe he's got some cards that care about swamp, something like Tendrils. At this stage, I think we're going to try and resolve... Well, it's kind of a tough call. I mean, we could try and resolve either of these. I think the Centaur gets around more. It gets around Condescend and Prohibit and things like that. So we'll try to resolve it. And it does resolve, so he might be playing Condescend or Prohibit. I'm not sure. It doesn't... I mean, if he edicts us... Oh, he's going to harvest his Fume Spitter. Okay, that actually doesn't really matter. At least for a while here. I mean, he can chump block it and then harvest it back. But I don't know that that does anything. Okay. So he actually can't... He can't stop the Hunt Beast without another Edict, which he may have because he's got double black open. So it's maybe Geth's Verdict. But we've got even more Hunt Beasts and monsters coming down the line, so just see what we can do about them. Fume Spitter. And if he's planning to block, he's going to have to use 3 mana for Harvest, which means we can get another one back. It doesn't look like he's hit a Muldrift or anything like that. So we're going to go ahead and attack him. Doomblade may come in handy later. I think he's going to block and recover the Grim Harvest, which means we'll get another Hunt Beast down. Yep. Cool. And then he's going to cast the Grim Harvest. So he kind of has infinite blocker, but it's very mana intensive. Sure. He's got a little engine going here, which could be enough to slow us down until he draws out of it, which, I mean, I don't doubt. And he's kind of flooded, which is good for us. Hopefully we hit like a Blastoderm. Okay, so we're just going to attack. We're going to continue to play lands out in case he has like a Chittering Rats or something. He's going to finally take some damage here. And he constantly pays blue, which is interesting. Well, it's little things like this that actually buys decks like his time in order to stabilize which is going to be kind of an issue. Looks like he's got a Muldrifter here, so we can finally try and kill something. Might be a Mnemonic Wall, but this is great because it kills his Grim Harvest as well. Okay, so his two cards, or we know two cards in his hand: Island, Muldrift, or Island, Fume Spitter, Probe. So he's gonna draw 3 cards. He didn't kick it though, so he's gonna discard 2 cards. He was going to cast it with Kicker, but the Doomblade's not really doing anything for us anyway. Okay, so we kind of know his game plan. He has Island in hand. He's got Harvest in the yard. And I think we'll save the Echoing Decay. We know he's going to block anyway. I mean, it would get through for more damage, but I'd really like to try and remove a creature and remove the Grim Harvest, because that's really what's keeping him alive here. And the impetus is on him to really do something. Okay, so he's going to Grim Harvest on main phase. I mean, we do have the option of Echoing now. Okay, hang on. So he's got Swamp Island in hand, 2 unknowns. We could Echoing this now, which ensures that we get through for 6, but I really don't see a point there. I think it'll be better to maybe do it on his end step now. And he's really just getting grinded down. I mean, I actually don't even see a point to playing the elves. We can use it to cushion ourselves if he wants to make us discard. But I don't really see a reason to play it because he's just going to kill it with his Fume Spitter. And we're steadily hitting him for 3 a turn. His deck's not doing a whole lot, but like I said, just having Chump Blocker every turn is pretty good for him. Oh, and this sucks. Okay, that's one reason to play Elves of Deep Shadow out. Sure. So, I mean, do we Echoing this is the real question. Do we even try? We have to force through damage. I mean, maybe we can get him to try and counter this, and then we can draw into something else. Okay, he let it resolve. He's getting it back. So he's going to take 3, and we have another Primal Hunt Beast ready to go. I mean, the problem with elves is that it's just Fume Spitter fodder. And yes, he could draw another Edict, but he can also just play the Fume Spitter, kill the elves, and then cast the Edict. So I don't see a huge reason to play it, even though he did draw that. So now he can just block everything. So we really need to draw into more monsters here. We draw Borderland Ranger. It's not terrible. Let's make him use up the mana. I think we'll just flood the board here. We'll go ahead and get a swamp. He's probably sitting on a lot of targeted removal too. Just seems like we're just throwing away elves. Like, he can block this, shrink that. So maybe it is correct to play elves there. It seems like it's correct to play elves there. I think I just screwed up pretty hardcore. Because now he's just going to shrink the ranger. Instead of killing the elves and taking 2. And now he's going to cast Probe. What is a 6-drop? Oh, Spinning Darkness. So here we can actually Doomblade our own guy, which would keep him from gaining 3 life. The guy's going to die anyway. I don't know if there's anything we want to Doomblade in this deck. I'm pretty sure he plays Mole Drifter. Three damage. Is it going to make much of a difference? I don't know. But this Doomblade's been dead in our hand for 5 years, so we might as well try and make some kind of use out of it. It is 2 for 1-ing us. So he's got Grim Harvest in the yard, Island, and we don't know what else. And playing out these 2 elves kind of sucks, but it's going to get in for 1 damage. They are going to die, but they're not doing anything else. We really need to hit like another big guy. The problem is this Fume Spitter is going to just chew up most of our guys. We've already played 3 of the Hunt Beast. He's going to cast Grim Harvest, play Fume Spitter, play Spinning Darkness number 2. Oh no, what is this? Tendrils? Oh, Snuff Out, okay. Now he's going to kill that guy and block. And we have another dead Doomblade. So this isn't going very well. It is slowing his clock down a lot. Or draining his clock, rather. So we lose our creature. Okay, he chose to draw 2 with the Consult the Necro Sages. Now he's playing Crypt Rats, which he can sweep, but then he's gonna lose the. Oh no, he's not gonna lose the Grim Harvest, but he can bring the Grim Harvest back. So he's got Island and Bajuka Bog in hand. We've got Echoing Decay, Doomblade. He's going to Grim Harvest back the Crypt Rats, I guess. But he can't really. Oh no, he's getting back to Fume Spitter. Okay, so he's casting with Evoke. We may have to kill this in response. Draw 2 cards. Sacrifice. Pay that. Exile my graveyard. So now his deck has really taken over. And we'll keep the forest in hand. He doesn't appear to have Chittering Rats, but what he does appear to have is Probe with Kicker. So he's just smartly keeping his Grim Harvest alive, but it is going to take a lot of time for him to try. So he's casting Mole Drifter. And hopefully he'll cast another one. There's Fume Spitter. And playing Crypt Rats. And we're gonna just chill. We've got a million removal spells. Not exactly sure what to do here. I guess we'll make him tap mana on his turn. We'll kill a guy or two. Alright, so let's think about this. We can Doomblade you and Echoing Decay you. You spend 3 to recover. You spend 2 to get it back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you cast for 5. You still have enough. I think we'll just start killing stuff. I mean, this is going to get him to draw more cards. It also slows down his clock. I don't really think there's a reasonable way that we're winning. But what we can try and do is get rid of that Grim Recovery or Grim Harvest. And then maybe win the game that way. So he's gonna... Okay, he's casting Grim Harvest. Alright, so if he actually taps out... Oh, I see. It doesn't matter if he taps out now because it's in his hand. Well, that makes sense. I don't really know what I'm doing at this point. I'm just kind of seeing more of his deck, getting more information, and trying to resolve something. I mean, maybe he can mill himself. I guess that's possible. And we draw the 4th Primal Hunt Beast. I'm going to go ahead and just play out the lands from here. We could just Doomblade this Mole Drifter while we have time. We can also try and do it on his end step. That actually might be good. He pitched a Snuff Out. He's not really going to be able to Crypt Rats us because it doesn't appear that his deck has any kind of life gain. So he's going to Grim Harvest for the Crypt Rats. He's just going to go ahead and play the Crypt Rats. That's interesting. Innocent Blood. Okay. He's stacking Crypt Rats. I'm stacking Hunt Beast. And we'll just Doomblade the Mole Drifter again. We've got about 3 minutes on him. So he's got Crypt Rats back. He's got Grim Harvest. We're taking 1. Play Putrid Leech. We'll remove Auto Yield in case he has Spinning Darkness. I mean, he could just double do that. He's on 18 cards, so we get to see like almost his entire deck, which is pretty good. I mean, he has a lot of ways to deal with some of our creatures, but they do involve him taking damage and using up a lot of mana, so I think he's really going to be hard pressed to beat us in the next few games, which is good. He's going to Fume Spitter that. That resolves. I'm not going to pay 2 life. Crypt Rats, probably for 1, I'm guessing. Maybe not. Well, he didn't even attack me. Alright. Sure. I mean, I could have pumped it there, but it's the same as if he attacks me, I guess. I'm not sure. I mean, he had a Snuff Out. He wasn't going to use it. Probably correct to pump there. And we draw another Shroud guy. Go. So now we've got we've got more than 4 minutes on him. It's just gonna start racing. And we don't really have a chance coming back, but I mean he's got to Crypt Rats us to really do anything. But the more Crypt Rats he uses on our guy, the more damage he takes. I mean obviously he's got the blocker with Fume Spitter. Oh wow, he's going to 2. That's interesting, okay. I mean, I play a lot of Shroud guys. I don't know that it's going to work. As we can see, he doesn't really have a lot of counters, or any. I haven't seen a single counter spell. He's a very tap-out style control deck. And he's down to 15, or 13 cards in hand, rather. He's going to pitch 2 of them. Halimar Depths. All this stuff takes a lot of time, a lot of decision making. Hence his name, Making Smart Plays. So he's going to pitch Echoing Decay. And we're just going to play this and pass. We are nearly dead here. He should be able to wrap up the game in the next 3 turns, I would hope. Which is F6. Spinning Darkness gets him out of range, and he's going to be able to Crypt Rats us very soon. Yeah, I was waiting for some more Muldrifters to show up. So we've seen almost his entire deck, which is pretty valuable. And he's got 5 power on the board, so I think we're just dead. We'll hold this forest, maybe make him think about his play a little more, but we've got about a good 5.5 minutes on him. And it looks like he's ready to just wrap this one up. So we go to 3. And we're about ready to concede here. Okay. Well, we know he's playing Raven's Crime. At least we got him there. So we'll concede here. We're going to go to game number 2. He's got 10 minutes and 45 seconds to win another game. I think Penumbra Spider actually might be pretty good here because it's pretty resilient to his removal. It's the only thing I could think bringing in. The Doomblades are actually pretty weak. They don't hit anything other than Muldrifter. So we're going to bring in Penumbra Spider, and I think that's about it. So yeah, let's go. I think he's going to take a lot longer to board, but I guess I'm incorrect. So welcome to game 2. This is going to be us on the play. And we've got a great hand here, so we're not going to mulligan. We can probably curve out pretty well on him. Turn 1 Elves, turn 2 Ranger. He might have a Fume Spitter for us, but he's probably got a tapped land. And then from there, we just go crazy with our guys. Yep, so that happens. We'll go ahead and get a Swamp in case he can kill our guy. And if he does kill our guy, we still get in with the Ranger, the Elves. So that's good. Yeah, it looks like... Oh, he's going to make us pitch a card. And, I guess we pitch Llanowar Elves. And hope that he can't kill this turn. Alright, we were correct. Yeah, his hand is very slow, comparatively. I don't even know if that's a keep on the draw. But that's kind of how his mana base is set up. So let's get Blastoderm onto the battlefield. This might be the first time we got him on the battlefield. No, we've had him on the battlefield already. You gotta love this little guy in the bottom right hand corner of the picture. Alright, so he plays an island this time. He's gonna cast maybe Muldrifter. Oh, he's gonna try and rip my hand out. Okay, so I think we're gonna get rid of Spider. It's just between Spider and Primal Hunt Beast. I guess Hunt Beast he can't target. This he can kill twice. Yeah, and it's a faster clock, so let's get rid of Spider. And in the meantime, we're just going to bash you for 1,000,000 damage. Yep, 1,000,000. 8. Pretty good. He's going to be hard-pressed to win this one, I think. He's going to exile our graveyard. Does not hold any relevance on the game as far as I can tell. Don't know that he has a blocker. If he doesn't, he's probably dead. Consult the Necrosages once more, and now I'm gonna kill ya. Oh, he got a Spinning Darkness out of the bargain. It's gonna buy him a turn, but we got more monsters on the way. So this is 9, and another creature. So, see what you can do. I think the monsters are too much for this particular game. He's going to consult the Necrosages once again. Okay, we get game number 2 in short order. So now we're going to game 3. And I don't really see us changing anything, so I think we're going to keep it like this. Very threat dense, 34 creatures. So let's go. Just got to try not to lose within 9 minutes. And a real big boost is that he's not playing counter spells, at least main. So if he brings in counters from the board or something, and this is a keepable hand. It's very similar to the last one. We can also pitch that if we want. No mulligan, hopefully no Fume Spitter, but he might have even taken them out. And then he's just giving us free information here. Like it is possible he has Fume Spitter, but again, our play doesn't really change. If he doesn't have Fume Spitter, we're like super solid. Okay, he's gonna kill that. Well, that kind of sucks. So we do need land. Definitely need land. He's gonna make us discard, so I think we discard Echoing Decay at this stage. And he also missed a land. So here we go. Here comes the shenanigans. I think I'm gonna go ahead and play Borderland Ranger first to ensure we can play the other things. But we're both land screwed, which kind of sucks. Wow, so we're gonna have to pitch. I guess we're gonna pitch Penumbra Spider number 3. Unfortunately, maybe we pitch Borderland Ranger 2, but I'm not sure. Oh wow, we're both screwed. So what's he gonna pitch? Crypt Rats? Putrid Leech we can't even cast? Wow. Okay, so what do we pitch? I think we pitch Centaur. This is actually tough. Maybe we pitch the Leech. The Leech doesn't seem very castable right now. So he hits land first. He's either going to make us discard or he's going to... Okay, that's fine. And we're in a lot of trouble here, considering the fact that we have not hit a land for like 5 years. So we're going to take 1. And he's going to play... Okay, so now he's definitely got cards on us. And we are in the building. So let's go ahead and get a land. We've got so many threats here. This is like really awesome. So now we're pretty much fine. I mean, I wouldn't mind casting another Ranger just to make sure that we get in. Okay, he's wanting to remove something. Let's go ahead and attack first. I think we're just going to start slamming down really tough threats. Obviously he's got the rats, so he's looking for like a 2-for-1, something like that. He pitched Deep Analysis, by the way. So let's go ahead and play Penumbra Spider. It's the most resilient to removal. Especially like an edict, which is something I think he's probably holding. And we'll kind of go from there. Yeah. So this obviously requires multiple removal spells to deal with. Yep, that's fine. Don't really care. So we could play Ranger Elves, and that gives us access to more mana. We could play Spider number 2. I think we'll go ahead and play Ranger Elves at this point. He's choked on lands, by the way, which is really going to help out. So now we have access to 6, so we can play 2 3-drops. Okay, he's playing Crypt Rats, so we probably don't want to play anything besides a Spider. We do draw that land. I think we're just going to go ahead and attack him. We could play out Spider. I think I might hold the land in case he makes us pitch more cards. Spider means he's got to dome himself for 4. We get a creature back. I think it's enough pressure. The only question is, do we want to throw away another guy? It's not really throwing away another guy. And we probably should have held the land, but he can't Wrath and make us pitch. And he needs the lands, so he's not going to pitch him to Raven's Crime as far as I can tell. So if he Wraths, he goes to 11, then we attack him down to 9. We can play 2 more guys. Alright, that's fine. I'm just going to F6. I mean, he might also block. He might wait till next turn, block, and then do something else. Yeah, he's just going to Wrath this. And then we can play 2 more threats, which I'm going to do. I mean, he can have all the Wraths in the world, but it still takes down his life total, still costs 1,000,000 mana. So... oh, he's doing it for 2? Okay. Alright, so now I feel even better. Let's go ahead and play Hunt Beast now. This is worse against discard 2 cards or whatever, but it also puts 7 power on the board, so it puts him on basically a 2-turn clock. He's got Grim Harvest, so probably don't want to... It's going to be very hard for him to recover Grim Harvest and use Rats. Like, he's just using it as a chump blocker at this stage. I don't think we contribute any more to the board in terms of lands or creatures because he's got a board right here. So it's pretty apparent. I don't know why you block the 2-power guy, but that's your prerogative. Oh, he actually is going to sweep, so he's going to lose. He's going to lose his Grim Harvest. So I think we just continue to jam threats here. I mean, he might have another Grim Harvest, but again, he's still shocking himself. He's still using up all his mana, all of his time. He's nowhere close to winning the game. Gonna F6. Probe. Draw 3 cards, discard 2 cards. Yeah, see, our deck kind of preys upon a tap-out deck like this because we have threats that are just crazy. Very hard to deal with. Innocent Blood, so we're going to sack the Spider. This is the best creature for us to sack. Okay, Edict, so we probably sack the Spider again. So he can't target any of our guys with Diabolic. And, okay, Fume Spitter, that kind of sucks, but... And we draw another Spider, that's good. Again, very threat dense right now, 34 creatures. Take 2. Just continue to play more guys you can't deal with. You're on 2 cards, you're on 5 minutes, 8 life. All of your resources are being drained. Probably Mole Drifter. Oh, Deep Analysis. I don't think that was a good card to bring in. Maybe he just felt like he needed to dig really fast, but it's really hard to... Okay, he's going to 1. Pretty awesome. Attack you. F6. So I like our chances a lot. Looks like we win the match here. So thank you guys for watching. We're going on to the decisive round number 4. So we'll see you then, and take care.